So, this is Sound Squares. Here is a bunch of code that's not compiled into the plugin. This is run by the compiler inside of the plugin. Here's my build script, really simple, a little bit of XML, which is going to compile this code here, which is going to include all of these files here, and all of these files here. The idea is to use the control surface as a bunch of independent pages that can attack essentially anything that's happening on the Sound Squares stage. So I'm going to trigger the compilation of the control surface information by doing that. Compiling, it's linking. And then it's going to assemble it into a binary. There it goes. It's a bit slow because I'm in debug mode. Okay, that binary has now compiled. So I can load that up. And now my control surface is running. I can now control various things on the page with the control surface and mess around with things like so. But the achievement I've unlocked is to go to the page here, which allows me to then load any button with a piece of custom compiled code like an app for the control surface. So I'm going to load this button here, which allows me to come to a directory full of code. And I'm going to load Mute All Sources code, like so. And over here, it's going to compile that code and assign it to a button. So I'll run it. That's compiled it, and it's assigned it to this button here. And now I can run that button like an app, and it's going to mute all the sources on the page. I can assign any other button here to another script. So let's try Sound All Sources. That's compiled, which is now arrived on this button here. And when I trigger that button, that's going to hit the Sound All Sources. So basically, I've now got a system which runs apps on the control surface. Multiple instances of apps. All the control surface code is in post-plugin compilation and loading, and now all of this customization of the control surface is entirely compiled within the plugin. The plugin is the motherboard. Everything that the virtual computer within inside of the plugin can do is dependent on the plugin itself. So any function that you can do from mouse and keyboard can be abstracted to the control surface. And furthermore, any scripts that you like can be customized, compiled on demand, and loaded onto a button for further use. And this can be movement, it can be muting, soloing, anything to do with DSP, anything to do with locations on the stage, and so on. It's hella powerful. So, achievement unlocked.